service box is narrower than the doubles, but is extended in length to the back service line. In both singles and doubles, the height of the net is the same, standing at 1.52 meters. Matches are best of 3 games, each played to 21 points. If scores are level at 20 points each, then the first player or pair to gain a 2-point advantage wins the game.
And a very warm welcome to the city of Dubai, the venue for the 5 days of competition at the MetLife BWF Dubai World Superseries Finals. It's the 9th edition of the Superseries Finals, and it's the 3rd year the season-ending event has been staged in the city of Dubai. And it's a city where you see reminders of the ancient past alongside the most modern and striking of buildings. So as far as the badminton is concerned, all the action over all 5 days is taking place at the Hamdan Sports Complex, the spectacular and very fitting venue for the season-ending championships. Well, the Super Series Finals, this event is the culmination of the 12 tournaments on the MetLife BWF World Super Series, the elite tier of tournaments throughout the year. And it's the ranking points gained from just those 12 Super Series tournaments which determine the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines. And of course that means the top 8 in the men's singles, the women's singles, the men's doubles, the women's doubles, and the mixed doubles as well. So $1 million prize fund on offer, and the 62 of the very best players in the world from 13 different countries are here in Dubai. 25 of those players are making their debut at the season-ending championships. So it's not surprising some of the players have been taking the opportunity to go out and about and explore the sights and sounds of Dubai, and of course to meet some of the local inhabitants. So not only a chance to see the sights, there's been the gala dinner as well, with the award ceremony for the BWF Players of the Year. So as far as the tournament format is concerned, the 8 players or pairs in each of the 5 disciplines have been divided into 2 groups of 4. Everyone plays everyone else in the group, and it's just the top 2 from each group who will then qualify for the knockout stage. Semi-finals on Saturday and finals on Sunday. Well, given the tournament format and the quality of the players here in Dubai, there was great interest from both the players and the media for the group draws which took place on Monday. Everyone eager to see who would play against who in the initial group stages. And of course, lots of players seeded in each of those events. So as far as day 1 is concerned, well, we've got 6 matches for you, and we're starting with mixed doubles, and Chris and Gabby Adcock, one of only 2 defending champions to qualify for this year's Super Series Finals. They're up against Kazuno and Kurihara of Japan. Then it's women's singles, and Sun Yu, who's been in 4 Super Series tournament finals this year. She's up against the world and Olympic champion Carolina Marin of Spain. Then it's men's singles, and Jan Jorgensen, the first ever European to end the year ranked 1 on the men's singles Super Series list. He's up against Hu Yun of Hong Kong. Then we've got another men's singles, and the number 2 seed is Sung Wan Ho of Korea, are up against the 4-time former champion Lee Chong-wei of Malaysia. Then it's women's doubles and the Olympics silver medalists Camilla Ruta-Yule and Christina Pedersen. They won the title here 3 years ago. They're up against Vivian Hu and Wu Ki-wei. Then we finish with women's singles and Akane Yamaguchi, the number 2 seed, up against the Olympic silver medalist Pusala Venkata Sindhu. Well, there are the players waiting in the wings for the first of our matches. It really is eager anticipation. And our first match, as I say, is mixed doubles. It's Chris and Gabby Adcock up against Kazuno and Kurihara. Let's join our Master of Ceremonies, Howard Bentham.
This is the Dubai World Super Series Finals. Let's welcome the players for this afternoon's matches. On to court 1 in the mixed doubles. From England, it's the defending champions, Chris and Gabby Adcock.
Chris and Gabby Adcock, the married couple, the defending champions. Won the title here last year when they hadn't won a Super Series title all year.
And please welcome their opponents from Japan. It's the number 8 seeds, Kenta, Kazuno, and Ayane Kurihara.
Making their debut at the Super Series finals, Kenta, Kazuno, and Ayane Kurihara. In fact, only the second pair from Japan to qualify in the mixed doubles here at the Super Series finals. This is the 9th year of competition and only a second Japanese pair qualifying in mixed doubles.
Please welcome onto court 2 for women's doubles from Korea, the number 4 seeds, Kenta and Ayane.
Tossing. White or blue?
White.
White.
White. The umpire on his first duty, the toss of the coin. And the players can choose whether they wish to start one particular end of the court, or whether they wish to serve, or whether they wish to receive. So there is Chris Adcock, the left-hander, the 27-year-old who lives in Milton Keynes, born in Leicester. They are currently number 8 in the world rankings, but they finished the year ranked 7 on the Super Series standings, having competed in all 12 tournaments. 2 semi-finals in Super Series throughout the year. That was the All England Championships and the Denmark Super Series, both of them premier Super Series events. So to his partner, both on court and off, Gabby Adcock, 26 years of age, born in Leeds. They both now live in Milton Keynes. They have been as high as 5 on the world ranking, as you can see, a total of 54 weeks ranked number 5 in the world. This is their 4th appearance here at the Super Series finals, and of course they won the title last year. Semi-finalists the year before that. So to Kenta Kazuno, 31 years of age, turned 31 last month. And he's from Otsu in Japan. 171, that's about 5'7". They're currently number 13 on the world ranking. They did spend 1 week as number 11 on the world ranking, and it happened to be the week that this man turned 31. What a nice birthday present to have your highest ever world ranking. Well, Ayane Kurihara is 27 from Kitakushu in Japan. And she and her partner, well, they, like their opponents, have played all 12 Super Series tournaments, finished the year ranked 8 on the Super Series list. So this will be the second meeting between these two pairs. And the first time they met was in the second round of last year's French Super Series. 40 minutes it took the Adcocks to win that one, 21-18, 21-15.
Ready to play?
So, as I was saying, Christian Johannesson from Denmark, Hao Long Hu from China is our service judge. Well, as the players make their final preparations, I can introduce Stine Petersen, former head coach to the Danish national team, and we thoroughly enjoyed all of the 12 tournaments throughout the year. But remarkably, these are the only two players in the mixed doubles draw that haven't contested a Super Series tournament final so far this year. But that's no reflection of their standard. Both very highly rated pairs.
Yeah, very interesting match. Even though they haven't succeeded in sort of reaching the highest level in the Super Series, but Chris and Gabby, as you said, were the reigning champions here. So apparently the circumstances here in Dubai fits them well, and it's interesting to see what Kurihara and Kazuno can do to challenge them.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chris Adcock, Gabrielle Adcock, England. And on my left, Kenta Kazuno, Ayane Kurihara, Japan. Ayane Kurihara to serve, to Chris Adcock. Love all. Play.
So this Group B encounter. And the lift is just long off the back
Service
line.
over. 1.
Well, you're right, Stine, about the Adcocks enjoying the conditions here in Dubai. And 2 years ago, at the first Super Series final staged in this arena, they reached the semi-final stage, then won the title last year. Obviously feel at home here.
Yeah, it's a really big hall here in the Handaman Sports Complex, and apparently that suits their playing style.
Oof, that's gone well wide.
Service over. 1, 2.
Well, this Group B features 3 pairs making their debut here at the Super Series finals. The only pair that's played before, obviously, are the defending champions. The other newcomers making their first appearance, Lu Kai and Wang Yaxiong, and another Chinese pair of Sheng Shiwei and Cheng Ching Chen.
Service over. 3, 2.
Yeah, and also this pool format gives you a second chance if you are not really adapted to the circumstances in the first match. You still have a chance to move on to the semifinals, and as far as I remember, that was the case with Chris and Gabby Adcock last year, that they actually lost their first match and needed to win the last one to top their group, which they did. So you get a chance to get adapted to the circumstances here, whereas in a tournament, if you lose a match, you're going on to the next tournament.
Yeah. Lots of good placement in that rally from
Service over.
Chris Adcock. Not much pace on the shuttle.
No.
5-3.
That's probably one of the key points in this match here, whether especially Chris from the backcourt can maintain control and play these soft mid-court shots, avoid putting too much pace in it.
Well, we've got a challenge already.
Out.
It was called out. We have the Hawkeye challenge system in operation here. And you're allowed 2 challenges per game. So a difference to last year's Super Series finals where you were only allowed 2 challenges per match. Now allowed 2 challenges per game. So what does Hawkeye say? Hawkeye confirms the line judge was correct.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 4-5. Play. Service over. 6-4.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, indecision. Oh, my goodness. Well, that goes down as a missed opportunity from Gabby Adcock. The indecision there, though, from Chris, taking it awfully late.
Yeah. And I actually think that he should have left it, because we're sitting right over that, or at least I'm sitting over that left sideline there, and I'm pretty certain that would have gone wide.
Yeah. Oh, right on that one.
Service over. 7-5.
Serve is long.
Service over.
And I think we can expect a number of flick serves from Gabby Adcock. Really been struggling. We've talked about it a lot over the past year, haven't we, Steen, about her?
Yeah, we have.
Is it purely a lack of confidence on her low serve?
Oh, powerful smash.
7-0.
Good placement too.
Right on the right shoulder of Gabby Adcock. Yeah, getting back to her low service. We've discussed it, as you say, over the year, and I have a feeling that sort of the exact movement for that low service is broke, and she's got to try a new way of serving.
Yeah.
8.
I know that Hans Christian Witting, who's the Danish men's singles player, he tends to agree, because he's had some problems with his services in the men's singles, and he's sort of tried a new way of executing his service, and it's worked for him.
So completely
Service over.
Completely new action.
Wow. That takes courage to do that.
Yes, and time, because
Like
it takes some time to get used to it.
Yeah, no, it's a bit like a golfer changing their swing or something. I mean, it's fairly drastic.
And we often see also that golfers change putters, the length, the manufacturer, and the grip on the putters and so on.
Service over.
I think
9,
relying on
8.
the old service routine, getting back and working, might be just a hope.
Service fault called.
More service fault called.
Service over.
Struck above the waist.
9-all.
Says our service judge. Called on Gabby Adcock. Yeah, she got back well.
Serve is over.
Dealt with it very well.
10-9.
So to the mid-game interval, the defending champions with a 2-point advantage. Park Jubon, Japanese coach. Just 8 minutes to the mid-game interval.
When you're at the front, I think you can take her on rather than push him through, because then he can block. Yeah, so then we lose the attack. So it's more about us just being brave and taking her on a little bit more, like you are with your blocks is good. Yeah, being up there early. Same with you when you're at the front.
We've not wanted to lift once, so we just need to...
Yeah, just hold the net a little bit. Yeah, you can do little turns and deceptions when you're up there. But... Okay.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
The greatest mixed doubles players of all time, Park Jubon, the Japanese coach. Of course, when he was playing, he was representing Korea. So a 2-point advantage.
11-9.
Always nice to have the lead at the mid-game interval. Oh dear.
Service over. 10-11.
It's always surprised me a little bit, Steen, you know, when you think of Park Jubon as, you know,
12,
I don't want to get into a debate as whether he was the greatest mixed doubles player ever, but he was certainly one of them, and Olympic men's doubles champion, world champion in both women mixed doubles and men's doubles. And Japan has not really, since Ikeda and Shiota, haven't really had an outstanding mixed doubles pair. Do you think this pair on court is the pair to perhaps take them back into world leaders?
I'm afraid it isn't. I think maybe one half of the pair is,
Service over.
but I don't think...
Kurihara?
Yeah, Kurihara has some of the skills needed at the front court. I think very highly of her on the front court, and she can play from the back court as well. I just don't think that Kenta Kazuno has the skills to be in top 5 in the mixed doubles. I think he's really fast, and he's got some actually, otherwise he wouldn't be here. He's got some excellent skills. It's just the controlling shots that we see Chris Adcock doing. We rarely see them from Kenta Kazuno. It's like he just doesn't have that read of the game that we see from truly great mixed doubles players like Jiang Nan. As a good example, the former Olympic champion in mixed doubles and world champion.
Has he come to it too late then? You know, he's played very good men's doubles.
I was thinking about it when I saw his age in the presentation, that he's 31. That's, in my opinion, that's a little bit old for a Japanese player. I was surprised. We've seen that Hayakawa has retired.
14,
I think
11.
he would have more of the mixed double skills that I would think would be needed to reach top level.
Yeah. And he was forced to retire really through a persistent back injury, wasn't he?
Yeah, we saw that at the Olympics. That was a terrible injury to get exactly at that time.
Oh, that's a nice serve. I like that variation. That's a beautiful block too.
15,
and in fact,
11.
You know, your point about the little pushes from Kazuno, or lack of them, I mean, we've hardly seen any powerful smashes. Everything has been both pairs trying to keep it low and just guiding the shuttle into the open spaces.
Yeah, they don't want to lift. Oh, almost fault receiver there.
Oh, no, that was nice. Oh, beautiful. Oh, they're challenging that.
Chris Adcock
They're challenging that.
Call out.
Well, I think I said that was beautiful. Obviously, my instinctive reaction was that had landed in. But we'll wait for Hawkeye to tell us for sure. Yeah, the challenge was immediate. I thought their first challenge, they were a little bit hesitant as to whether they should challenge or not. Let's have a look at this, though. Here we go. Oh, it was just out.
Ah.
It was.
That's a good call by the linesman.
Very good call by the line judge. So, all their challenges have been used up in this opening game.
Service over. 12-15. Play.
At least they can play on with peace of mind because they checked whether it was actually out, and it was. So
yeah, it's a great innovation for the sport, isn't it? We've had Hawkeye now for a couple of years, and it's wonderful. It is peace of mind for the players, and of course, it ensures that the correct and fair decision is made in the end, which is obviously a necessity in sport, or should be a necessity in sport.
Service over. 16-12.
And just to elaborate a little bit about Kazuno's reading of the mixed doubles game, I think we're going to see a number of times Kurihara sort of defending herself well and actually making some shots that could turn the defense around, but we'll also see that the Adcocks, they will maintain the control over the rally. That's what I expect from the rest of this first game.
That's a good call from Chris.
Service over.
Was just
17.
And that's exactly
13.
one of the things playing in the hole for the first time in a year. You gotta sort of get yourself used to where you are in the hole and sort of feel the space. And sometimes it's nice to get a little bit of help from your partner who can see it from a little bit different angle and doesn't have to make the shot as well.
17. Service over. 18-14.
I'm not sure we've seen a low serve from Gabby Adcock yet, have we? What's she going to do here? Another flick. Oh, that's nice. Couldn't follow it up, so.
19-14.
And one of the things that often puzzles me when it's Gabby Adcock's turn to serve is that the opponents, they have the same position as if she was a steady low server. They don't move back. Very, very few opponents do it. They won't move half a foot back from the service line.
It's game point
20,
now.
game point 14.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steen. Tell your opponent that I'm waiting for the flick.
Yeah, and even sort of almost force her to try a low serve.
Service over. 15-20.
Coaching bench, Peter Jeffrey and Graham Hurrell.
Okay.
Just as many coaches as players from England.
Yeah. That set up the whole rally, that return of serve from Chris Adcock.
First
And the
game,
defending
won by
champions,
Chris
one game to the
Adcock,
good in their
21-15.
opening group match. Look at that return of serve. Real pressure on Kazuno. And well finished off by Gabby Adcock. So opening game, 21-15 in 18 minutes.
Okay, it's very clear. They can't really handle when we're first to get the block in. Yeah. They're not really coming in and challenging that and all the rest of it. So I want us to really put in our heads that everything is in front. Everything is early. It's pace off. And when you're in the net, pace off.
13.
Yeah. If you're at the net, taking that on. Yeah. She hasn't killed one yet.
Might be something from Wong about moving opponents from side to side. And what was that gesture? Do you think that was something about the blocks that you had been suggesting?
Hopefully.
I think it might have been.
He doesn't look entirely happy, Park.
No. Interesting as well that Park used to coach in England, so was he working with these two players when he was in England, or they came a bit later?
It might have been juniors when he was there. He was working a lot with Nathan Robertson and Gail Ems and Simon Archer, Joe Good.
Yep.
Very successful pairings.
Yeah, both Olympic medalists, those two pairings.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
So the defending champions, one game to the good in their
Second
first
game.
group match here.
Level.
The Dubai Super Series
Play.
finals.
Service over.
Well, I thought the English pair
1 love.
always looked to me in that opening game as if they were doing enough to win. But we mustn't underestimate Kazuno and Kurihara. They are a pair who have beaten the now world #1s, Go Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na. They are a pair that's beaten the former Olympic silver medalists, Su Chen and Ma Jin, and the World Championship silver medalists, Lin Cheng and Bao Yi-sin. So when you have results against world top pairs like that, they've got to be a threat to any pair.
Yeah. I don't think they match up very well against Chris and Gabby Adcock because they play mixed with this tactical understanding that you don't have to play fast shots all the time, and we often see that when Kazuno has the shuttle in mid-court a little bit below the tape, he puts a little bit too much speed in the shuttle, which makes it go upwards, 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 all the way over to, most of the time, Chris Adcock, and gives him the control of the rally. So you actually have to be so accurate that you can get the shuttle trajectory to top at the net and then fall to the mid-court. That's what gives you the control over the rallies.
Wide.
3-1.
And that's what puzzles me a little bit, because, I mean, there's no secret to what the Adcocks are trying to do, and Park, he knows that perfectly well. So they know what's going to happen. They just doesn't seem to have the weapons to do anything about it.
There's the pace-off that coach Peter Jeffrey was talking about to his players.
Change the shuttle.
Is it the lack of techniques to implement what you were saying, or is it perhaps a lack of confidence because they're not used to playing that way, the Japanese pair?
Yeah, lack of confidence, or maybe lack of understanding.
Yeah.
I mean,
Service fault, goals.
oh, here's another service fault.
Service over.
Yeah, that's the second on Gabby Adcock, isn't it?
2-4.
Calls above the waist, was it?
Yeah. The shuttle actually falls quite a bit from her hand before she hits it.
3-4.
And that's, from a technical perspective, not very good. Because, I mean, then where are you going to hit it? Are you sure you're going to hit it in the same spot every time? You can't be. So more or less have to knock the shuttle out of your hand when you're serving.
Service over.
I don't know whether you've had a chance to speak to some of the players,
5-3.
Steve, but it appears to me that there's a definite left to right drift.
Yeah, I think so too. I haven't spoken to the players, but I agree.
Oh, that's good defense, my goodness.
6-3.
I don't like that shot because it's a all or nothing shot. I mean, if she gets it, it's a winner, and she got it this time. Gabrielle and Kazuno, he couldn't play on. Good job.
Good rally.
Yeah. And
The longest rally of the match as well, isn't it? Oh my goodness! That is a missed opportunity from Kenta Kazuno.
7-3.
My goodness me, they worked the rally so well. Perhaps a little bit of hesitation.
yeah,
Oh, that cost them dear, didn't it?
that defense had exactly that height where you don't know whether to block it or to keep
Yeah.
on pushing.
That's nice.
Well played. Well played. That's
Service
some of
over.
the stuff that makes me think quite highly of Ayane Kurihara. That if you play with a female player that can do these things at the net here, great cross court and follow up, then you have a chance.
Service over. 8-4. Service over.
No, he was quick onto that, wasn't he,
Yeah.
Kazuno?
Yeah,
5-8.
that's his strength. He's really, really quick on his feet. Quick with the racket as well, but almost all top doubles players are really, really fast in the racket movement.
That was wrong choice of shot. That's
That
precisely
was a perfect example.
what you were talking
Yeah.
about. It's going upwards instead of
9.
reaching the
Yes.
highest point. This backhand here, yeah, it's still going upwards as it's gone over the net.
And he's simply he's putting too much speed in his shot, so the gravity doesn't get it below the tape. That's actually what you're waiting for. That's gravity to help you. And we could see that Kurihara was actually making her way to the net and giving the pair an opportunity.
Service over. 6-9. Service over. 10-6. Service over. 7-10.
Well finished off
Service
from
over.
Chris Adcock.
11-7.
You have to question the lift from Kazuno straight to the left-hander's forehand side. This one here, I'm not sure it was particularly deep in court either.
No.
Well finished off from Chris Adcock.
And the decision is simple because you know the play.
So 4-point advantage.
Yeah.
Big game interval.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1,
Yeah, just
20
a quick
seconds.
word from Peter Jeffrey, not overcomplicating things.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
His pair is in total control, so don't say too much. Don't disturb.
Yeah.
11-7. Play.
Well, it's time, I think, for the Japanese pair.
Yeah, I didn't realise until I held it. Sorry.
Yeah, umpire just saying if you need the shuttle change, do it straight away. It's just extending the big game interval, isn't it, a little? Yeah. I think it's time for the Japanese pair. They've got to try something different because
Service
quite
over.
frankly, they're not going to win playing this way, are they?
No, no.
8.
I totally agree. It's desperate. Calls for desperate measures.
Yeah.
And also in this group stage, it's so crucial that even if you lose a match, you must try to get a game that gives you a better opportunity for still qualifying for the semifinals.
Service over. 12-8.
Yeah, I can see the idea. I like the idea. But you were saying earlier, Steen, they haven't got the technique or perhaps the confidence to really implement that on a regular basis. And there's another. I can see that she's thinking, I don't want to lift this. I want to play that little block because it's not what she would usually play. Perhaps making the error, or maybe her partner got in the way there. Yeah.
Great actions from Gabrielle also in her backhand side there. So both Chris and Gabby, they're totally sure on what the plan is.
Yeah.
And that's so important. There's no doubt, where should I put it? Should I push? Should I block? It's like perhaps 80% blocks. Wait for the good chance. You see, that's what I don't understand. It still comes as a shock for Ayane Kurihara that Gabrielle is going to flick. Why not move a meter back from the short service line and force her? Let's see if she can serve a short service.
Yeah.
So we can at least punish her on the flick serves.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100% on that.
That was going wide, I think. Great shot, great shot.
Yeah.
16.
And as I said earlier, I was surprised to see this Japanese pair continue playing on after the Olympics because I really don't see the improvement, and especially in Kenta Kazuno, and I think it could be detrimental for the development of Ayane Kurihara to keep on playing with him because she gets to play an awful lot of matches in a position where she's in the defense and doesn't really get to use her read of the game and her great skills at the net. So I'm very interested to see if they continue their partnership in 2017.
Yeah. The umpire just having a word with Kurihara because he said she wasn't to go and tail down, and she did so anyway.
Service over. 9.
She tried a little service.
Yeah. Is that the first one she's tried?
Yeah, that's the first one I've noticed.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean,
Service over.
from seeing this,
18.
what we discussed earlier on, that she's letting the shuttle go, and then it falls quite a big distance before she hits it. That's technically not a good service.
So you virtually on the service
19.
take the shuttle out of the hand
Yeah.
as you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, more credit to the English combination because they have looked sharp today. I think they've played
20. Match point.
a good solid
9.
game,
Yeah.
good solid opening match, and match points galore for them.
Great rally.
Rally too.
Game.
But match to the defending champions, the number 7 seeds, Chris and Gabby Adcock. 2 straight games, 21-15, 21-9. And very comfortable indeed. A match lasting a total of
Match won by
35
Chris
minutes.
Gabby Adcock.
And the defending
21-15,
champions off to a winning
21-9.
start.
Stuck to the plan there.
So they'll be pretty happy with that, I'm sure, but there's still work to be done on the serve from Chris and Gabby Adcock. Well, we saw enough good stuff from them in that opening match to know that the defending champions are once again in good form here in Dubai. So that's win there, giving Chris and Gabby Adcock their first win in defence of their title. The 2 Chinese pairs, incidentally, both of them have won 2 Super Series titles this year. Well, our next match is women's singles. My goodness me, a player that's been in such good form throughout the year. Sun Yu, 4 tournament finals, 4 Super Series tournament finals, I should say, up against the world and Olympic champion, Carolina Marin. Then we'll have 2 men's singles back to back, and the #1 seed in the men's singles and the #2 seed, 2 separate matches. Then we'll have women's doubles, and we'll end with a second women's singles as well. Well, there is Sun Yu from China. What a year she's had. So Sun Yu, the 22-year-old from Dalian, #3 on the Super Series rankings, having been in 4 Super Series tournaments. Carolina Marin, she hasn't been in any. That is probably the biggest surprise of these